Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Beware the Board, a horror podcast where we watch a randomly selected horror movie every single week. I'm Bob.
And I'm Ben. And, rather than this week's episode, I think you mean this month's episode.
This quarter's episode.
Bob jinxed it. I think we finished season 12 and you were like, wow, that was our longest season ever. We're never going to do anything like that ever again.
Look, man.
We got 2 episodes into season 13, which I was like, yeah, lucky number.
Yep.
We're going to fuck up again. And it's been, 4 months? 5 months almost?
Couple months, yeah, at least.
I checked YouTube. It's been 4 months, almost 5.
Yeah. Well, there's some shorts that came out between now and then. A couple. A handful.
Guess.
Yeah, we've just been, life happened, kinda.
Bob got overwhelmed.
Yeah. Well, long story short, my car broke down 3 times in the span of a month. I drove it for a week after fixing it, and it broke down. Then I drove it for a week after fixing it that weekend. It broke down again. And then it sat in my garage for 2.5 months. Broken.
Then it broke down again.
Then it broke down again. And I've been trying to pay all that off because car parts are expensive. You know what's even more expensive than car parts? Paying someone to fix your car.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Especially when you can't pay him in beer.
So true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, his old mechanic, put that in quotation marks, was a friend, and he used to pay him in beer, which was much cheaper.
It was a lot cheaper.
And then he installed something incorrectly, and then it was less cheap.
Installed something more than incorrectly. Mangled something so bad that I had to have an actual mechanic fix it. And then I was like, maybe I shouldn't pay the drunk guy to fix my car.
But it was cheaper.
It was cheaper. But anyway.
Yeah, I think there's too much news to cover in 4 months.
Yeah, too much happened in 4 months. We're not going to backtrack.
Yeah. So
unless there's something you want to talk about.
The only thing I'm going to bring up here, because it's relevant to right now, is I went to go see Stuck yesterday.
What is that?
Came out. It's a film. I'm sorry, it's called Together.
Oh, Together. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know where I got Stuck from.
Oh.
But yeah, it stars one of the main characters from Community. It's specifically Lissa Brie. I don't know if you know her.
Yeah, not really.
She always looks so fucking young. She plays Annie in Community.
Isn't that the main girl?
No, one of the main characters.
Okay.
It's a community of people.
Oh, okay.
And then the other main character is Dave Franco.
Oh, I've seen ads for this on TikTok. I've not seen it.
Yeah.
It looks fucking weird.
So it's weird. It's a body horror film, though.
Oh, fuck you.
And I was just like, ooh, if you don't like body horror stuff, this is not good for you. Essentially, the premise is this couple moves, and they stumble upon something, and let's just say they start to stick together.
Oh, God, that's gross, Ben. That is actual nightmare
really
fuel.
Get under each other's skin.
Oh, God. Just the thought makes me want to throw up. I hate...
And I'll give you another hint.
Stop.
The picture they use as a cover for the film, like if you're looking it up, 2 eyeballs really close together.
Ben!
So yeah, it was actually pretty good. I don't know how excited I was to go see it, because the trailers don't spoil too much. And the first half of the movie, just not a lot was going on, because it was a pretty decent, character piece. But it picked up around the last third, and it was really good after that.
Yeah. Fuck. Well, we haven't talked about it, because we haven't had an episode since it came out, I don't think. But you saw the new Final Destination.
Yes.
I have still yet to see it.
Yes.
What did you think about it? Because I'm curious your thoughts, because I've only heard good things from everyone I've talked to.
It was good. I think they really tried hard to make another one and kind of live up to what had come before it. There's a lot of little references to past films, and I think they did a good job kind of going, okay, what were the rules that were established before? How do I maintain those? And then also just they had a bunch of fun kills in there.
Yeah, I've heard some of the kills are just I don't want to say franchise topping, but they're really, really, really good.
Yeah. I wasn't disappointed walking out of it. It's a Final Destination film, so they're not high art. Some of those characters are just there to die.
Oh, for sure.
But it was fun. I came out of it and I was like, you know what? This is probably one of my favorite of the Final Destination films.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. I'm happy.
It was fun. It didn't feel too over the top like some of the later entries in the series feel. And the biggest reason to go see it is it's Tony Todd's last role. And he does basically a straight to the camera, goodbye. And it's very, very sweet.
Yeah.
So if you like him, I'd recommend it just for that.
main reason I asked is because, we've talked about it, and we're still going to probably watch all the Final Destination movies at some point and finish that and then go watch the Bloodlines.
Yeah, I don't think the audience knows. We started doing that before...
I think we talked about it.
Before Bloodlines.
Yeah, and then we didn't finish it. But I will say that this is coming from Bloody Disgusting. They're making another one. They announced a 7th Final Destination film because this one did so well. Apparently,
that doesn't shock me.
It hit $285 million worldwide, and it's the highest grossing installment in the franchise's history. So, I'm glad they're making another one. I'm curious what they're going to spin on it, because I know what the spin for this one was, because it's very obvious from the name and all this other stuff. How much further, can they go?
So
I'm interested.
Yeah, we can get into that. It's one of those things where I think we're planning on covering the rest of them, and we'll probably watch Bloodlines as an episode.
Oh, more than likely.
So when that happens, we'll get to talk about it, because this film, while building on, I think, a lot of the lore that happened to be there before, really just made a bunch of new stuff. And so it's interesting to see what the implications of that are.
Okay, that's cool. I'm excited. I'm glad that we're finally moving the franchise forward in a way, because I feel like we watched 1 and 2 so far.
What was the last major accident you saw?
The car crash in 2.
The logs? Yeah,
the logs.
2.
Yeah. And so, those two movies build upon each other, but then it sort of feels like we're done. I feel like we've wrapped everything up by the end of the second movie. So I'm curious what the 3, 4, and 5 do, and then 6 adds new stuff. So, I'm very curious what we're going to get.
Yeah.
And 7.
There's some good ones. Not all of them are good.
Yeah. Okay.
You just want to start?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about before we get going.
There probably is, but I forgot.
I forgot to.
Over 4 months.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to give a recap, because it has been a long, long time. Bob, you have covered only 2 spots so far on this board.
I know.
We had our first one, which was Class of Nukem High, and that is the category Bob picked, which is Trauma.
Yeah.
Last week you picked The Ginger Dead Man, which is a category I picked, and that is Full Moon. And then we have the random category, which nothing has been picked for yet, and that is Killer Food.
Oh, I forgot that was the last category.
Yes. And before we do anything, I want to put this out here. It's been 4 months. I kind of wanted to watch these films, so I watched some of them in the interim that we've been away, and it's really going to suck now that we're doing the podcast again, because I'm going to have to watch some of these stinkers
Again.
You
You watched them of your own free will the first time.
Yeah.
This time, you were being forced.
It was kind of forced that time, too.
Oh, God. Here's my thing. We've been gone for 4 months. Do I really want to watch a killer food movie?
Do you really want to do your 1, 2, 3 thing that you do every season?
No.
But then you're going to only have 1 or 2 spots left for one of these.
I think what we do is we front load this season with all the good stuff. Okay, not all the good stuff. I don't want to say good. All the stuff that might be watchable. And then we back end it with horrible, nothing boring movies, which is killer food, right?
You don't want to do 3 killer foods in a row.
I don't want to do killer food again right now.
You haven't done it yet.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Don't say again.
Well, we've seen a killer food movie, maybe. I don't actually
know. That was our full moon feature.
That's true. You're right. But I'm not going to choose killer food. And I also don't want to do full moon. I want to come back and I want to have a good time. I want to watch a trauma movie today. Okay. What do I have left, Ben, in that spot?
You chose 2, so you have 1 and 3.
What's in spot number 3, Ben?
Today we are watching Cannibal the Musical.
I fucking love Cannibal the Musical.
Which we're counting because it was technically released by Troma.
It is technically a Troma release. Holy fucking shit, Ben.
So if you don't know, this is created by Matt Parker and Trey Stone, so the guys who did South Park. I actually only think it's really created by one of them, so Trey Parker. I think Matt Stone just did some production stuff. Anyways, Cannibal the Musical came out in 1993. For our description, sometimes you eat something so good, you want to sing about it.
I didn't think we were ever going to cover this.
Yeah. I was looking for trauma movies that are what's fun enough? And I was like, oh.
Cannibal the Musical.
Bob's really wanting to see this. It's an hour and 35 minutes long.
A normal length movie. Let's go.
It's rated R. For review scores, IMDb gave it a 6.9 out of 10. Tomato Meter gave it a 65%. And an audience score of 82%. There's no meta any. Awards, it has 0 wins and 0 nominations.
I wonder why.
So you know it's really, really good. And then for notable actors, it's a bunch of people you don't know. So the only ones you do know, and the ones I'm going to mention, is Trey Parker, under the name of Juan Schwartz, and then he's playing Alfred Packer, who's like our main character. If you don't know, we'll get into that. And then Matt Stone, who's under the name of Matthew Stone, and he's playing James Humphrey. So, director's Trey Parker. He's directed different episodes of South Park, which has been running from
Forever.
1997 till now. Writer's also Trey Parker. You might know him for writing Team America World Police. Which, have you seen that?
No, we've talked about it.
You haven't seen it?
No, we've talked about it. I've never seen it.
It's...
I don't want to say it's good.
No, but
because it's insane is what it is.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely racist, too. But it's...
Oh, yeah.
Fun. If you've never heard about it, it's basically an overblown, like, G.I. Joe style action film about America being world police for the world. It's very satirical. Mm-hmm. And since it's from 2000...
It's the early 2000s. Yeah.
Very stereotypical Islamic terrorists.
Yep.
Are some of the bad guys. And Kim Jong-il.
Yeah.
But it's the big thing it's known for is everything's done with puppets.
Yeah. I've seen clips and we've watched a little bit of it. It looks insane.
It's a labor of love. I'm not going to say it's a good movie, but
no.
You get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
They deliver. Budget for this film was estimated at $125,000, which is pretty decent, all things considered.
It's not horrific.
There's no box office, of course.
No.
Country of origin, United States. And it's also known as Alfred Packer the Musical, which is the original U.S. release title.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Now, the tagline for this film is a sing-along story of gold, cannibalism, and a simple man's love for his horse.
Jesus Christ.
All the things you really need in the Wild Wild West. So, like I said, this film is directed, written, produced, and co-scored by and starring Trey Parker and his directorial debut. It's kind of cool to note that all of this was done while Parker was studying at the University of Colorado before either he or Matt Stone, one of, famous guys in that pairing, but also this film's producer, became famous for South Park. So this predates that by 4 years, obviously. But it's kind of interesting to see, because...
I think it's wild that they made this before South Park. Because, I'll be honest, have you seen this?
No, not yet.
It gives South Park vibes.
Well, yeah, it's the same people.
It's the same people, but, watching early South Park and watching this, I go, oh, you can see it, hardcore.
Yeah, I just meant it's interesting in the fact that, this is a nothing film made by nobodies who became famous.
Oh, yeah, it's super cool.
To see. So this film premiered on October 31st, 1993 in Boulder, Colorado at a cinema near the University of Colorado campus. A fake protest organized by Friends of Parker and Stone, which was organized along the lines of an animal rights demonstration, took place in front of the theater.
What?
During that, the film then played at the Raindance Film Festival in October 2004, which Parker and Stone also attended. However, the whole film was not released generally until 1996, when Troma Entertainment picked it up and renamed it Cannibal, ! The Musical, out of concern that, not enough people knew who this film was about if they weren't from Colorado. But that being said, Troma never really distributed it very widely outside of Colorado, I think.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah.
No, I've only seen this movie because there was a show I used to watch that was very, Mystery Science Theater 3000 that watched it, and I watched them watch it, and I fell in love with this shit. I love musicals, and I love horror movies, so I watched this and I went, holy shit.
Yeah, it just recently got a Vinegar Syndrome
that's cool.
Which is how I have it. This film began as a 3-minute trailer made for a film class, and, that trailer was popular enough to help raise the funds for a full-length feature, which is pretty common. That's kind of how, The Evil Dead got made, because they had a whole trailer movie that they made for investors. Filming was done on location throughout Colorado in Denver, Colorado National Monument, Black Canyon, and Ouray, with courtroom scenes in this film being shot in the actual courthouse that Alfred Packer was tried in Lake City.
That's sick as fuck.
And the town scenes taking place in Provo, Saskatchewan. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm probably wrong. And the hanging scenes being shot in different parts of Buckskin Joe Old West Theme Park in Canyon City. The film was shot during the weekend and during spring break in 1993. And according to Ian Harden, most of the crew failed their film history classes as a result, because they apparently were doing this instead.
That's awesome.
Which, if we haven't mentioned this, Alfred Packer, real guy, real cannibal.
Mm-hmm.
You can just
Known
go
cannibal.
look him up if you want. Last but not least, before we, get into the movie, there is a live stage version of this film that was performed at Sierra College in Rockland, California in May 1998. It was followed by Dad's Garage Theater, Atlanta, Georgia in the fall of 1998. The Dad's Garage version is highlighted in the special features of the Trauma DVD release of this movie, which is kind of cool. And it's also worth noting that show has continued to find small theaters and audiences across America since it first premiered.
No, you can get the rights online for the show and perform it.
Yeah. In 2001, a production was staged off-Broadway at the Crane Theater on East 4th Street in New York, which I think is really cool.
God, I would give a lot to see this shit performed live.
And if you're interested in hearing more facts, in 2011, producer Jason McHugh released a book titled Shpadoinkle, The Making of Cannibal the Musical, which chronicles all the aspects of the creation and continuation of the film phenomena.
Super cool.
So yeah, that's all I got for before the film. We can get to some stuff after. But I think we're just going to go watch it.
Yeah, I think we're just going to go watch it. I'm so pleasantly surprised by this one. I did not expect you to throw this on here for me. This was a nice gift, Ben. A good way to come back.
You didn't want to do killer food?
No.
You still change your mind.
No, I don't think I can. I think we've
Get
already
a real stinker.
we've already given all the facts out. I think we just have to move on, Benjamin.
All right, well, we'll be back in a minute.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We just finished watching Cannibal the Musical.
Woo!
Woo!
What'd you think, Bob? You like it?
I love this movie. It's not like my favorite movie of all time, but it is so much fun. Like, I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, kind of the thing I'll say about it is it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. It's a bad movie, but there's a good reason it has a cult following.
Well, it's the same thing as like
Because it's unique.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of A, horror musicals, right? That's just like not.
B, movies that shitty, and C, things that are just that stupid.
Like, it's just such a niche, like, genre-specific weird movie that is a product of A, the time. I mean, it is. Let's just say there's some insane things that they do that you could not do now.
Yeah.
But also, like, it's Trey Parker and Matt Stone. And so you could see a lot of, and I mentioned it before, but like a lot of the inspirations for South Park bits or South Park like related things.
Yeah, they'd already put in some references that I think they were planning eventually to use in South Park.
Oh, yeah.
Or they just thought were funny in general.
I mean, you literally said, did you just hear that? It sounded like Cartman. And
yeah.
I mean, it's the voice, right?
Kyle's literally in this.
Kyle is in it. This is true.
In either case, we're going to do our usual spiel. I'm going to give a brief description in case you guys are interested, and then we're going to get into spoilers. So, heads up. So, what is it? It's about Alfred Packer, who, real dude, and weirdly enough, and I hate to say this movie isn't entirely inaccurate. It does follow the major broad strokes of this guy's life, but he's essentially acting as a nature guide for this group of people trying to go from Utah to Colorado in search of gold, and they end up...
You forgot a word.
What?
Colorado Territory. It's not a state.
Shut the fuck up.
But it's heavily important to the plot of the movie.
But they're going from Utah to Colorado
Territory.
And, well, let's just say Packer doesn't really know where Colorado is.
Yeah. He knows the general direction.
And some stuff happens in it.
A series of unfortunate events.
Results in cannibalism.
Yeah.
So if that sounds fun, I guess you can try it out. With that being said, we are going to get into it now. So, Bob, anything you wanted to start with?
Okay, so, like, it's called Cannibal the Musical, right? So there are songs in this. And I actually didn't know how many there were until I looked at it. The movie's an hour and a half, and there's only 10 songs. So if, like, you were coming into this expecting something like,
An
Rocky
actual
Horror,
musical?
it's much lighter on the song part, but the songs are very fun, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think
they're
they're good.
really bad.
Yeah.
Like, they're sung poorly.
But on purpose.
And the lyrics
Sometimes.
aren't great.
But they're funny.
And they're funny. And I think that's probably the biggest generalization I can do with this entire film. Like, nothing about it is very well done. In fact, most of it's done very poorly. It's not good, like, entertaining-wise, but those two things combined together kind of make it work.
Yeah, I mean, it very much feels like a series of bits loosely tied together with an overarching story.
Yeah, it's something for people who like So Bad It's Good movies.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many just, like, stupid things. Like, there's a point where they walk into a general store, and every time it walks in, it cuts to the person, like, walking in, and then cuts back to the general store, and I'm like, hi, every time. And there's, like, 6 or 7 people in a row just back and forth.
Yeah, and I think my main summary when I saw that is, this film was made by assholes.
Yeah, which is fair.
So, you know, I don't know. It's a weird film, because, like, I enjoyed watching it. The whole thing's rough.
Yeah.
The whole thing's so rough, and it's... If you've ever seen, like, the pilot episode of South Park, it's rougher than that, and that is saying something. But, you know, Trey Parker knew what he was doing, and I do think the product overall is something that's worth watching and is worth, like, being a cult classic for some people.
I mean, I think if you're interested in the creators of South Park at all, in their history and how they, like, started, I think this is a great thing to watch.
Yep.
Because even in some of the music, I can literally hear the South Park intro, basically. Like, the same sort of tune, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think, like, you know, they made this 4 years before, but I think a lot of their, like, spoofy nature came from this as a concept. Because, I mean, you know, South Park in and of itself is a very political show.
Not at first.
Not at first, but...
At first it was a lot more like this, where it's just references to, like, them growing up.
Yeah.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone are from Colorado. And just to mention that, we see an alien.
We do.
In the background.
There is an alien.
It's a snowman, but that's like a very famous South Park thing.
But more of what it's like, South Park is a much more, like, serious version, at least now, of what this is trying to be, which is just, like, dumb and goofy and stupid. It's very much like, I don't want to say scary movie, but it kind of is. Like, there's a lot of really dumb shit.
Not early scary movie, late scary movie.
Yeah, just straight up, like, bad. Like, this movie has so many moments that are just so bad that it's fucking hilarious to me.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
With that being said, there's some things where I look at it and I'm like, what the fuck was happening here? For instance, they spent estimated $125,000 on this.
Well, I assume most of that was spent on, like, filming on location in places.
I'd assume most of it would be, like, film stock and everything.
Yeah.
But still, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't know.
Where did this money go?
Where the money went.
Yeah.
Because they're filming all around places where they already lived. And, like, there's good costuming, and assumedly they rented out, like, this couple different areas or whatever. Mm-hmm. There's no way this had to be made with $125,000. That's all I'm saying.
You don't think so?
No, if they were more experienced. I think because they were inexperienced, it ended up being more expensive.
That makes sense. I mean, my big thing is there are a lot of extras, you know?
Yeah, but I
and
think they're all
you have to
friends.
pay for costumes and, like...
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I don't think this should have cost $125,000.
Oh, you could make this for way cheaper now.
I think you could have made it way cheaper then. But I do think what they do have looks good. I mean, they use some real locations.
Yeah.
I talked about that already, but, you know, they used historical sites and stuff. And then, like, a Wild West town for part of it. But they also, like, went out into the middle of nature and got shots there, which all look very pretty. And costuming looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Really shitty sometimes.
Sometimes it looks good, yeah.
Which is funny. But I think that kind of plays into the bit.
It does. It's such a weird movie to talk about because if you look at the individual aspects, it all fucking blows. None of it is good. But when you put it all together, it's just perfectly bad enough to mesh and, like, it feels like a product of itself. And it feels so, like, self-contained that, like, it's so hard for me to explain this movie to people because, like, yeah, it's bad, but I love it so much. Like, it's so much fun for me to watch.
I think that's usually how cult films feel.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing like this. They're usually not good, but people like them because they like them. I do completely understand why Troma was like, let's not really distribute this much.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Which sucks. Do you have anything, like, specific you want to talk about?
Well, I wanted to talk about the fact that it's called Cannibal the Musical. And I would say, with that title, you expect a lot of, like, blood and guts and gore. At least that would be, my initial thought coming in. And while it does have some blood and guts and gore, I would say 90% of the musical is kind of playing around the fact that it is not on screen.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I would say in the opening you get quite a bit of blood and guts, and I will say the practical effects in the opening look pretty good.
Great.
Yeah.
We don't see a lot outside of that, but for amateur gore, it's pretty well done.
It's pretty solid. But then the stuff we get later in the movie is much more, in tone with what we see at the beginning. But there's not a lot of it, for real.
No.
It's very minimal. But I mean, I think that that's fine, because most of the movie is them making really bad jokes, and that's what's funny. You don't need the shock value of the gore, but when it's there, it's nice.
Yeah, no, I think that's very fair. But I do think it's a bit of a misleading title.
And it is.
Again, I think that comes down to Troma was trying to market this differently. If you called it, Alfred Packer the Musical?
Yeah, no one's gonna... Who cares?
I think, a better description. Because, you hear Cannibal and you're thinking like Cannibal Holocaust or something
Exactly,
else
Cannibal
like that.
Holocaust, Hills Have Eyes, Texas Chainsaw, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like a spoof in the vein of that, but it's just not nearly as gross or intense as any of those other films.
No. Next thing I want to mention here. We're talking about dumb jokes. Their favorite dumb joke is they keep working in the word Shpadoinkle.
Yeah.
That's it. They just keep working it in.
Yep.
They're just like, Shpadoinkle?
Like,
Shpadoinkle.
there's just so many bits that don't make... it's funny because it's nonsense. Like, that's what makes them funny. Like, there's a bit where...
It's a film that's referential to itself.
Yeah, where Alfred's having a dream. And in the dream, he's dancing like a ballerina. Why? No reason. There's no context for that.
There's actually a ballerina-esque fight.
Yes, in the dream. It's cool. He does the splits. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. What else? ADR's not great.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, amateur production, they're filming outside. In 93?
Yeah.
It's better than I'd expect. But, along a similar thing, the film quality is also not great.
Oh, the film quality is rough. That might be the roughest part about watching this movie is the
Yeah.
film quality.
Sometimes it's just like, oh, that's a shape.
Yeah.
I
Which
can't
character is
see
that?
any definition of that person's face.
Yeah.
And it really comes down to the fact that there's actually some interesting stuff about it in the opening of the film, but this is like the only surviving 35mm cut, and it's definitely not a good 35mm cut. And so while they ran it through in like 4K, the way we watched it, doesn't look good, doesn't always
Still
sound
rough.
good. So it's a very, very rough looking film.
But I think the roughness of the film adds to the charm for me.
Oh yeah, it matches the tone perfectly.
If this looked like, 4K good and was...
it wouldn't be nearly as fun.
No, it wouldn't, because it would feel bad. It would feel way worse than it actually is.
And to be fair, we've talked about some stuff looking good. It might just be because we can't see what the fuck it is.
Yeah, which is fair. I do get that. I think we should address the horse in the room and talk about the relationship between Alfred and Leanne.
Okay, so if you remember my little, what is it called? The tagline for this film?
Yeah.
It's a sing-along story of gold, cannibalism, and a simple man's love for his horse. And that part is probably the most important of the entire thing, because this film is taking place in the quote-unquote present. I mean, it's the past, but it's Alfred's telling the story of his trip and eventual cannibalism to a reporter lady. And so it's all already happened. And kind of the thing he keeps focusing on is that he doesn't want to go to Colorado for gold. He's just looking for his horse, Leanne. And how would you describe the way that relationship is talked about, Bob?
Well, I'm sure it's going to be in the outtakes because I think it was quite funny. Weird. It's an odd relationship. He literally there's a whole song about that he sings where he's like, I don't have any family except for this horse. And it cuts back to flashbacks of him growing up with the horse, like, with a relative age to him.
Talking about how I want to be on top of you?
Talking about how he wants to be on top of the horse.
Or someone steals his horse and he's like,
how does it feel to ride my horse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it feel? The whole town's riding your horse.
Like, dumb shit like that.
Well, it's very obviously like a sexual innuendo.
Well, yeah, he's definitely banging that horse.
I was laughing a lot.
Yeah.
During the film. And Bob was like, why are you laughing so hard? Do you want to know why I was laughing so hard at all that Leanne stuff,
Why?
where it became very sexual at the end with like this guy stole the horse. Leanne, Parker's horse, is actually named after Parker's ex-fiance, who he caught cheating on him shortly before their wedding.
Oh,
So all that stuff about like Leanne and like
it's
getting
real.
Stolen, yeah.
Oh, it's all real. Oh my god.
And I have to wonder like how late in production he was like,
This is. I mean,
I'm gonna make
funny.
this joke.
Holy
it's so
shit!
much funnier in context.
Oh, it 100% is. I had no idea. That's fucking, like, horrific thing to happen to him.
Oh yeah,
But extremely funny to use it for this.
so I just wanted to mention that really quick.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
Another thing we talked about, Trey Parker is the actor who plays Packer, Mr. Alfred Fudge Packer, and
Alfred F. Packer, if you will.
Alfred F. Packer. Sorry, they make that joke in the film. He's credited as John Schwartz.
Yeah.
This is going back into... This film is weirdly accurate about Alfred Packer's story. John Schwartz is a pseudonym, like an alias, used by Alfred Packer when he was discovered in Wyoming.
Oh my god.
Like,
that's insane.
In real life.
I asked that question like when the intro was rolling, because I was like, why would he use a pseudonym just for that? But everything else he's credited as himself.
It's a fun little reference.
It is a
also,
fun
they
little
put
reference.
his face on here.
Yeah.
He pulls a dumb face.
He has some... Yeah, he makes a really stupid face. I mean, it's pretty much just like really wide-eyed, just like empty looking, but it just looks so goofy because he has like a big like fake mustache and fake goatee on.
Kind of looks like Colonel Sanders, but less racist and old.
Yeah, mostly less old because it's black.
Which, by the way, there's some racist things in this that they could not get away with nowadays.
Yeah, that's what I was hinting at earlier.
Let's
There's
just
some
say the Native Americans feature heavily in this.
Yeah.
And they are not played by Native Americans.
No.
And that is the joke.
That is the joke. That is the entirety of the bit. This might sound fucked up. It's one of my favorite parts of this movie because it's so fucking funny.
Oh, it's so out of left field. Yeah.
Because, like, you see the first two Native Americans, you go, oh, they just, like, they're just using colored people. Like, they're just using colored people. It doesn't, like, it's unrelated, right? But then they're all Japanese or, like, Asian American people. Or Asian people. And it's just, like, they're speaking Japanese.
And the film's very aware of it.
And they have katanas.
Because, like...
And they're teaching, like...
they ask what tribe they are, and they're like, we're Indian! And they nod.
It's in-fucking-sane.
It's very along the vein of the whole music part, which is happening in the actual world, and all the characters are aware that
people are singing.
People are randomly breaking into song for no reason.
And it's awesome. Like, it's so funny.
But, last thing I want to mention about this film for me, for, like, stuff I've written down, is that, this is an amateur production, and we talk a lot of times on amateur productions about how they're not exactly super safe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
This one was not exactly super safe.
Well, they have guns and swords.
Yeah, but those were prop stuff for the most part. Hopefully. Those guns were actual, like, mall katanas, but whatever. Let me just list a couple little incidents that happened during filming. Parker got a hairline hip fracture after being thrown from one of the horses playing Leanne. Fights occasionally broke out amongst the crew because,
what?
Shitty conditions,
That's
stuff
wacky.
like that. Some of the main cast experienced cold shock and almost being swept away by strong river currents when they were crossing the Gunnison River.
Oh, well, that makes sense. We see that in the movie.
Yep, and they make jokes about, like, they got wiped downstream and they're gonna freeze. Yeah, apparently that was a real thing. And then, there was actually inclement weather, because there's a lot of scenes where it's actually snowing and they're in the mountains. And there was even an avalanche that complicated shooting.
Holy shit. They really went through a lot of shit for this.
Yeah, it was super, super safe.
Can I say worth it?
Yeah, I think this is a fun movie. I'm glad it's still around and they were able to find a copy.
Oh, me too. I enjoy this movie a lot.
I'm glad it's able to be, like, seen nowadays still. Probably more readily available.
Mm-hmm. No, it's one of those movies where I know it's bad, but I like it.
Do you have anything else you want to say, honestly?
I think we covered everything I really wanted to talk about. I think we're good. Well, at least I am. I don't know if you have anything else.
Do you want to do, I guess, recommendations then?
Yeah, sure. If you like Trey Parker and Matt Stone, they are, the creative minds behind this. Mostly Trey Parker, but, Matt Stone's in it. I think Matt Stone's probably my favorite character, too.
Oh, yeah, besides Packer.
Yeah, Packer himself. I think
he's the really fucking annoying one.
But he's so funny. Like,
oh, yeah.
You guys are going to eat your boots?
Your feet go in those.
Your feet go in. Like, that shit is... It's so stupid. Like, that's the other thing I would recommend. This movie's stupid. If you want a dumb, stupid movie, watch this. Like, I don't know how else to describe it other than that. And, if you want a musical about cannibals, I'm sure there's another one out there. But that's essentially what this is, and that sounds interesting. Check it out.
Okay, well, the one you missed. If you're a big fan of Trey Parker and Matt Stone, anything they've done. What?
That's what I started with. It was my first one. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
It's okay. It was funny.
South Park is the obvious one, but they've also done like the Book of Mormon.
Oh, Book of Mormon's
That's another,
so good.
Like, pretty good musical with much better songs and plot than this. So if you like them, check this out.
Yeah.
Also, if you like Alfred Packer.
Yeah, if you're a Packer head.
If you're a Packers fan.
If you're a fan of the Packers.
If you're a cheesehead. Check this out. Anyways, rate it.
God. I don't know, man. Here's my thing. I would say I enjoyed this at about a 4, but there's no fucking way I could give this movie a 4 in good faith, right?
Also, I enjoyed this film. I watched it and I was like, if I had watched this by myself, I would not be having as good of a time.
I mean, that's fair. I think the big pull for me for this movie is to show it to people because it's so just fucking insane.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a 2.5. Like, it's a bad movie, objectively. I think they did a lot of cool stuff. And the fact that it is a musical is sort of just like extra, So 2.5. I like it.
Part of me kind of wants to give it a 1.
That's crazy. We never give it. Have we given it a 1 on the podcast?
So I'm gonna give it a 2.
Okay.
For character.
Shut the. How long has it been since we've talked about that?
A little bit.
Oh God.
Anyways, I guess we're gonna go to the outtakes now. I don't know if we'll actually have any.
I don't know. We marked some stuff. There's some stuff there, maybe.
We'll see you for the wrap up in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in a minute. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the outtakes. Do we have anything to talk about, Ben? Any announcements?
Well, hopefully we're back to recording episodes now.
Yeah, we should be back.
We'll see how long it takes us to finish our now new longest season ever.
Yeah, the longest season ever. Are we... I should have asked you this before we were on the podcast recording. Are we going to finish Final Destination just in our free time now?
Yeah.
Just do it? Okay.
Well, we already started it.
Yeah, that's my thought.
We have, a couple episodes recorded. We might as well.
Yeah, we have the first 2. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6.
I really don't think we announced that.
I swear we talked about it.
We might have. But point being, that'll come out. We don't really have a deadline. So
yeah, no deadline on that now.
When they're finished, we'll tell you guys, and that's probably when they'll start pumping out. Same stuff. We did some other extra content on the side that's been on the back burner for a long, long time.
That's true. Oh, Lord.
I don't think we've announced that either.
Recording that, too.
With that being said, it's going to be usual spiel here. Check us out wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any other podcast-specific platform. If you're checking us out on any of those, please give us a quick rating or review. That really helps us out getting seen by other people over there. However, if you really want to be a dear, really let us have a Shpadoinkle day, you can recommend it to a friend. That's probably the best way to spread the podcast. With that being said, we're also on some other interesting places, such as YouTube, which, while not the best for listening to audio-only content, is pretty nice because of a couple tools it has. First of all, there is a channel posting area where I can post updates and stuff sometimes. Been trying to do better about staying up to date with that. There hasn't been a post for 4 months or something for whatever reason.
I wonder what happened, guys.
But I'm going to try and keep up with that. There's a search button on our channel which lets you search key terms in all our episodes, so in case you're looking to see if we've covered a specific movie, that's a good way to do that. And you can also just kind of look through our films and see what catches your eye.
We've watched a lot. I forgot how far we were. This was episode 123 of the podcast.
Yeah.
Not counting other episodes that are not numbered.
Yep.
Which is a lot.
We're almost to 200. We've been almost to 200 for like a year now because of breaks. But with that being said, biggest thing about YouTube is it's one of the two major places to communicate with us at. You can do that in the comment section of a specific episode if there's something you want to talk to us about there, or you can go over to Twitter at @BewareTheBoard and go talk up Bob. You know, maybe sing to him, tell him about how he really just needs to make a snowman to make his day better.
We didn't make a single Frozen joke this whole episode. That's crazy.
Yeah, he just really Shpadoinkle his way through life.
Don't Shpadoinkle anywhere near me, actually. I'm kind of scared of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you loved to Shpadoinkle.
No, I'm actually not allowed to Shpadoinkle, actually.
Really?
Yeah, bad things will happen.
I thought you were a very Shpadoinkle type of man. It's like Smurf in the Smurfs.
It is like Smurf in the Smurfs, where it just means whatever you need it to mean.
An adverb, be a curse
it's
word. A noun,
yeah.
It's a curse word.
Like Ben said, check us out on Twitter at BewareTheBoard. It's where we post updates about the show, information about the show. Basically, if there's anything about the show, it goes on our Twitter. On Mondays, I'll put out a spoiler post for that week's worth of episodes, which is a hidden movie cover you can reveal so you can watch the film before we do. So when we release the episodes, you don't get any spoilers. We being vague about stuff, you know what we're talking about. Then on Fridays or whatever other day an episode goes up, I always post a link to the episode on our Twitter. I also put it on our Instagram and other places that we do content. So if you're interested in checking us out, we do content on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Wherever you look at social media, we're probably there. Except for Facebook. I don't have Facebook. I'm not making one.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just me being, young. I just don't like it. I don't like Facebook. It's gross.
Sorry you're not old.
Yeah, it's gross for old people. Sorry
Like
if that's
me.
offensive.
Born in the 90s.
Yeah, you're gross and I hate you. Anyway.
Did you short form?
I just talked about that.
Okay.
We're on TikTok.
Well, I wasn't
stuff.
paying attention. Well, you guys have a Shpadoinkle day, everyone.
Yeah.
See you next time.